It is March Madness, and we are down to our final four teams in selecting this year's bracket based purely on team uniforms. Now, if you haven't watched them already, go back and watch our other four videos selecting the regions to get our final four teams, and then come back and watch this video. Don't forget to like them, but time is running out on me, so I got to make my selection, so let's get to it. All right, so here's our final four teams. We have Charleston and Kansas State, and then Texas and UCLA. So first, before we make our picks, let's take a quick look at how we got to this point. So up here in the South region, I had a couple major upsets early on that kind of threw off my whole bracket. Charleston and Utah State making it to the Elite Eight obviously put a wrench in things. And so on the other side in the Midwest, we had a lot of, it was actually a bit of a deeper bracket and region in terms of uniforms, but what we saw is mostly the higher seeded teams also had the best looking uniforms, and so they're the ones advancing. So this looks a little more traditional, a little more likely than here on the South region. So coming out with number 2 seed Texas there. Then coming down to the East, this was probably the deepest region. I probably could have picked and been happy with the Final Four out of a number of teams from this region alone. So this one was extremely tough to pick. And then in the West, this one was a little bit of a mixed bag. I had, higher seeds that looked really good, but also some upsets to throw things off. But anyway, yeah, so that brings us to this. And really, so let's take a look here at what we have. So Charleston, this is just a very clean, simple, classic look. I really thought Alabama was going to come out of that region before I even started filling it out, but Charleston just kind of nudged them out of the way, and from there it was, for the most part, a pretty easy path. Kansas State came out of that grueling East bracket, and I think they deserve it. I still think this color combo of the light purple and the dark purple trim, it just is next to none, just about. So Charleston, while I really love it, the red and white scheme is done a ton. So I'm going to have to give it to Kansas State and send them to the championship. And then we have Texas Longhorns in the classic burnt orange look going up against UCLA, one of basketball's blue bloods. And this is tough. I mean, both are really clean. I love both these looks and no complaints, but I just say that UCLA's look is just so iconic, and the way that blue and yellow combo works, I think they nudge out Texas, and that brings UCLA and Kansas State into the championship game. And let's see. So down to the final. I love this look for Kansas State going up against UCLA. Also really good. Either one deserving here, but I think I got to go with the classic look of UCLA. Finally, K-State just meets its match against another team that has a look that's right on par in terms of that classic identity. But UCLA's look is just so iconic that it's hard to go against them in this case. And so that gives us UCLA Bruins winning it all. And then I will, once all is said and done, I'll compare with my normal bracket, see how it did and what percentile it falls in. But I don't have high hopes for it. I have enough major upsets throwing a wrench in things, but UCLA is a somewhat, realistic pick, even if they're not one of the top picks, especially as a 2 seed, they can do it. So I feel like I have a chance to actually do all right if things go that way. Okay, so those are my picks. Let me know who you'd have in your Final Four based purely on uniform. And now it's time to enjoy some actual basketball, and then we'll take a look back and see how this all shook out at the end, and we will see you then.